Congress. I think this is, in my view, um, and probably the reason I came here from US was, in my view, probably the most exciting session and something hopefully we can have a real discussion about. We've talked a lot about all kinds of different things, but this is the one that has the most impact and the most payoff, which is encouraging youth in politics, training and mentoring. Um, we've had obviously different speakers that we were positioning to have because of schedules, etc. But as I always say, it's not quantity, it is quality. So we really have Dhivani Sharma here. She is the National Secretary of the BJP Youth Morcha.
Yuva Morcha.
Yuva Morcha.
Yeah. Thank you.
I want to
Thank
be
you.
very technically correct because it's being recorded. But I think it'll be a good idea to hear from her the perspective, on what she believes the youth is thinking of, what she believes from a training and mentoring perspective, and then hopefully we hear from a lot of you people who are, a lot of them are youth, or some of you are young at heart, so I think it'll be a good combination. With that, I'll turn it over to Dhivani to hear from her.
Thank you. धन्यवाद। जो कि आप सब यहाँ बड़े बैठे हैं, तो आपकी अनुमति से मैं अपना डायस लूँगी। धन्यवाद। First of all, I want to thank the organization, especially first of all, Swami Vigyanand ji. Because of him, I am here, because he is the first person who told me that on the same platform where we are together, all Hindu will be together. So for me, this is my first visit to this organization, and it's a pleasure. मेरे लिए बहुत ही गर्व की बात है कि मुझे आप सबसे मिलने का मौका मिला। चेयर कर रहे ऐसे सुनील जी, संजीव जी, और यहाँ आए हुए पूरे कह सकते हो विश्व भर से आए हुए जो राजनीति में रुचि रखते हैं, जो पॉलिटिक्स में रुचि रखते हैं, ऐसे मेरे साथी। जब संजीव जी ने मुझे कहा कि पॉलिटिकल कॉन्फ्रेंस है यहाँ पर और सब बड़े लोग आए हैं, एवरीवन इज़ हैविंग देयर ओन एक्सपीरियंसेस इन देयर लाइफ, so there was a one question in my mind, because as you all are senior, that I should represent what the Bharatiya Janata Party and what the India youth is doing now. I am working as the National Secretary of BJP Youth Wing. भारतीय जनता युवा मोर्चे की राष्ट्रीय मंत्री हूँ। जैसा आप जानते हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी अब नरेंद्र मोदी जी की अध्यक्षता में पूरा देश एक नई रुझान पे, एक नई सफलता, एक नई सक्सेस देख रहा है। पर सफलता तभी मिलती है जब व्यक्ति का विकास होता है। सक्सेस इज ओनली देयर वेयर देयर इज अ पर्सनैलिटी डेवलपमेंट। हर एक भारत का युवा जब तक वो आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा, तब तक उसके, जब तक वो संस्कृति से जुड़ा नहीं होगा, अपने ट्रेडिशन से जुड़ा नहीं होगा। तो इसलिए आज मैं आपके सामने जो विषय रखने वाली हूँ, और वह विषय है यूथ एंड पॉलिटिक्स, और आशा रखती हूँ कि आप सभी इसे समझेंगे। तो शुरुआत करती हूँ युवाओं से। हम यहाँ सभी, वी आर हियर, वी ऑल आर हियर बिकॉज द प्लेटफॉर्म इज हिंदू। हिंदू का अर्थ क्या है? सिंधु नदी के किनारे पे बसे हुए, सिंधु रिवर के रिवर साइड पे बसे हुए जो लोग, उन्हें हम हिंदू कहा जाता था। अब ये अलग था कि स को ह कर दिया गया और वह पूरे हिंदू गिने गए। जब हमारे देश की बात आती है तो आज वह समय आ चुका है कि हम गर्व से कहें कि हम हिंदू हैं। तो आज हम युवाओं में जो एक अलग ही बात दिख रही है, जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की अगर मैं बात करूं, तो हाँ, हम सब एक साथ इसलिए हुए हैं क्योंकि हम गर्व से कहते हैं कि हम हिंदू हैं। अपनी बात को आगे बढ़ाते हुए, व्यक्तित्व विकास से राष्ट्र निर्माण। एक व्यक्ति का जब तक व्यक्तित्व नहीं निर्माण होगा, वो देश के लिए कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा। और जहाँ तक मैं राजनीति की बात करूँगी, राजनीति, जो व्यक्ति राज करना चाहता है उसे नीतिमय के साथ नीति के साथ राज करना होगा, और वही हमारा धर्म हमें सिखाता है। जब व्यक्तित्व विकास की बात होती है तो सबसे पहले शुरू होते हैं शब्द। भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने, हमारे देश की संस्कृति ने हमें सिखाया है कि शब्द कितने ज़रूरी होते हैं। आपके समक्ष एक छोटी सी बात रखती हूँ। एक युवा जाता है और वह एक स्वामी जी से कहता है कि स्वामी जी मुझे आप महान बना दो। स्वामी जी कहते हैं ज़रूर मैं तुम्हें महान बनाऊंगा, तुम एक काम करो, तुम मेरे आश्रम को पूरा साफ कर दो। वो युवा घबरा जाता है, उसे लगता है कि मैं कहाँ फंस गया। जैसे ही वो पूरा आश्रम साफ करता है, फिर से उससे पूछा जाता है। स्वामी जी को कहता है स्वामी जी मुझे महान बना दो। वो कहते हैं एक काम कर, तू अब मेरा खाना बना दे। जो आपके मन में आ रहा है वो उसके मन में आया था। उसे लगा कि वो गलत जगह आ चुका है। वो रात को सोच रहा था अपना सामान बांध के आज ही भाग जाएगा। तो जैसे ही स्वामी जी को ढूंढते ढांढते धीरे से वो निकलता है, स्वामी जी उसको फिर पकड़ लेते हैं। बोलते तू जा रहा है, आखिरी काम करके जा। आश्रम में एक बोरी पड़ी है, उसे तू चौराहे पे जाके छोड़ दे। वो जैसे ही चौराहे पे उसे छोड़ता है और फिर वो स्वामी जी को फ़ोन करता है, अब मैं आपसे कभी नहीं मिलूंगा, मैं सोच रहा था आपसे महान बनूंगा। तो स्वामी जी कहते एक काम कर, तूने अगर बोरा खोल दिया है, और जैसे ही उसने बोरा खोला उसके सारे पंख हवा में उड़ जाते हैं। स्वामी जी कहते हैं काम कर, वो जितने पंख हवा में उड़े हैं उनको वापस लाके बोरे में भर दे। शब्द भी ऐसे ही होते हैं। वर्ड्स आर सो इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर अ गुड लीडर। वर्ड्स आर टू बी टेकन केयर ऑफ। एक बार जो पंख की तरह उड़ता है वो वापस नहीं आता है। तो एक अच्छे राजनीति के लिए, एक अच्छे व्यक्तित्व के लिए, एक अच्छे युवा के लिए, एक अच्छे लीडर के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है शब्दों का चयन। अपनी बात को आगे बढ़ाती हूँ। हमने एक युवा के लिए शब्दों की तो बात कर दी, अब संस्कारों की बात आती है। भारतीय युवा, और वो भी हिंदू युवा, हमेशा संस्कारों के साथ चलता है। आज इतनी भागदौड़ भरी जिंदगी है हमारी कि हमारा आधे से ज़्यादा टाइम मोबाइल पे रहता है। पर एक छोटी सी कहानी आपके समक्ष रखती हूँ। एक बेटा और पिता की ये बात है। एक बेटा बड़ा हो गया है और ऊंचाइयाँ छूना चाहता है। वो अपने पिता को कहता है अब मैं बड़ा हो गया हूँ, आपकी ज़्यादा बातें सुनने नहीं वाला। वो तैयार होता है, कॉलेज जा रहा होता है, और तभी उसके पिताजी कहते हैं बेटा तू कहीं जा रहा है, तू एक काम क्यों नहीं करता, मेरे समाज की एक बैठक है, मुझे वहाँ तू छोड़ के जाना। वो जैसे ही अंदर जाते हैं तैयार होने के लिए, उनके पास 2 कुर्ते थे। उसमें से वो सोचता है मैं अच्छे से अच्छा कुर्ता पहनता हूँ क्योंकि मैं अपने युवा बेटे के साथ जा रहा हूँ। जैसे ही वो तैयार होते हैं और वो बाहर आते हैं और देखते क्या है, उनका बेटा चला गया। वो रुका नहीं, दुखी हो जाते हैं और अपने बेटे के लिए एक पत्र लिखते हैं। मेरे प्यारे बेटे, आज तू बड़ा हो गया है, आज तू बहुत आगे बढ़ गया है, पर आज जिन पैरों से तू चला गया उन पैरों से चलना तो मैंने ही तुझे सिखाया है। मेरे प्यारे बेटे, आज 4 जनों के बीच में मैं इंग्लिश नहीं बोल पाता, तब तुझे ये लगता है कि मैं मॉडर्न नहीं हुआ, तो मेरे प्यारे बेटे वो ABCD तो मैंने ही तुझे सिखाई है। आज कांटे और चम्मच से अगर मुझे खाना नहीं आता तो तू 4 लोगों के सामने मुझे आंखें दिखाता है और कहता है कि मुझे खाना नहीं आता। तब मैं ये तो कहता हूँ कि जब तू छोटा था और तुझे खाना नहीं आता था तो मैं तेरे पीछे पीछे तुझे दौड़ के खाना खिलाता था। मेरे प्यारे बेटे, मैं सिर्फ इतना ही कहूँगा कि मैं तुझसे बहुत प्यार करता हूँ और आजीवन यह सोचता हूँ कि जो भी चीज़ें मैंने तुझे सिखाई है उसी संस्कारों को लेके आगे बढ़ेगा मेरे प्यारे बेटे। देखिए, उस युवा ने तो नहीं ध्यान दिया, पर उनके पिता ने एक पत्र में ये बता दिया कि वो संस्कारों के साथ है। इसलिए भारत का हर युवा सबसे पहले शब्दों का ध्यान रखता है और फिर संस्कारों का ध्यान रखता है। इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे जो मेरा विषय आगे बढ़ रहा है उसमें अब विषय पे तीसरे मुद्दे पे आ रही हूँ। अभी तक हमने बात करी शब्दों की, संस्कारों की, अब आगे बात करती हूँ आध्यात्म की। किसी भी युवा को राजनीति में आगे बढ़ना हो तो संस्कार भी चाहिए, शब्द भी चाहिए, पर संस्कृति भी चाहिए और आध्यात्म भी चाहिए। और जब आध्यात्म की बात करती हूँ, और आप सब जैसे बड़े यहाँ बैठे हैं, हमारे पास सबसे बड़ा बल है आध्यात्म। और वो कैसे होता है? जब हम मन से मान ले कि हम वह पुरुष हैं या वो महिला हैं जो शक्ति के भंडार हैं। स्वामी विवेकानंद जी ने एक ही काम किया था। उन्होंने युवाओं को ये बताया था कि तू शक्ति का पुंज है, तू जो चाहे वो कर सकता है। इसलिए उन्होंने ध्यान, उन्होंने योग के बारे में बताया। योग का अर्थ क्या है? योग एक ऐसी चीज है जो सीधी परमात्मा के साथ आपको जोड़ती है। आज माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी 21 तारीख को जो अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस मनाएंगे, मैं तो ये कहूंगी यही युवा, एक नरेंद्र मोदी जी जो अपनी राजनीति को आगे करते हुए आज प्रधानमंत्री जो बने हैं, उन्होंने अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पे हिंदुओं को आगे बढ़ाया है। कैसे? तो सबसे पहले जो ये योग होगा, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस होगा, उसके कारण सब लोग इकट्ठे होंगे। छोटी सी बात और कहूंगी, अमेरिका जाके उन्होंने 9 दिन उपवास किया। लोगों को लगा ये क्या हुआ, पर मैं आपको इस मंच से बताना चाहूंगी कि अमेरिका का एक एक व्यक्ति तो ये सोचने लगा कि नवरात्रि होती क्या चीज है, वो धर्म कौन सा है, क्या वो कोई और धर्म है, क्रिश्चियनिटी है या हिंदू है? अगर हिंदू है तो नवरात्रि क्या है? मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगी कि व्हाइट हाउस तक उसके R&D डिपार्टमेंट लग गया ये जानने के लिए कि ये धर्म कौन सा है और हिंदू धर्म में कौन सी देवी है जिसके ये व्रत करते हैं। 10-10 दिन जो उपवास के बाद उन्होंने वहां काम किया, वह है आध्यात्म। तो भारत का हर युवा आध्यात्म और संस्कार से जुड़ा है। अपनी बात को आगे बढ़ाती हूँ। अभी तक मैंने बात करी शब्दों की, संस्कारों की, आध्यात्म की। अब बात करती हूँ व्यक्तित्व की। भारत का हर व्यक्ति और हर युवा 5 चीज़ों से जुड़ा हुआ है, और सबसे पहले है वो ज्ञान शक्ति। बचपन से ही हमें सिखाया जाता है कि कोई चीज़ आपके पास एक ऐसी चीज़ है जो आपसे कोई नहीं छीन सकता, और वह है आपका ज्ञान। और वह ज्ञान कब आता है? जब हम अच्छी पुस्तकें पढ़ते हैं। भारत का हर युवा अच्छी पुस्तकों के साथ अपने संस्कारों का आह्वान करता है। आज इस पूरे वर्ष को हम स्वामी विवेकानंद की शताब्दी के 150 वर्ष जो हमने पूरे किए, पूरे देश में स्वामी विवेकानंद जी के लिटरेचर हमने लोगों को दिए। उससे क्या हुआ? हमने एक बीज रख दिया युवाओं के बीच में कि उनको कैसे आगे बढ़ना है। यह है हमारी ज्ञान शक्ति। अब बात करती हूँ रक्षा शक्ति की। आप सबको पता ही होगा कि भारत देश आसपास कुछ ऐसी ताकतों से भी घिरा हुआ है जो देश का हित नहीं चाहते। और जब मैं रक्षा शक्ति की बात करती हूँ तो हर एक युवा, सिर्फ आर्मी ऑफिसर्स का काम नहीं है देश की रक्षा करना। उस हर युवा का काम है जो अपने गांव में रहता है। जिस जगह से मैं आती हूँ वो एक बहुत छोटी जगह है, उसका नाम आनंद है। सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल का जन्म वहाँ हुआ था। उस जगह से मैं आती हूँ और उसी में आगे बढ़ूँ तो रक्षा शक्ति में हर एक युवा का दायित्व है कि वो अपने गांव का, वो अपने कस्बे का ध्यान रखे। आसपास अगर कोई गलत चीज हो रही है तो वह भारतीय युवा ध्यान रखता है। अगर सरहद पार हमारे आर्मी पाकिस्तान से लड़ रही हो या किसी और ताकतों से लड़ रही हो तो हर वो युवा उनके लिए खड़ा होता है, जो आप लोग देख सकते हैं। मैं तो इतना कहूंगी, जब पाकिस्तान के लोगों ने हमारे भारत के सैनिकों को मार दिया, उनका सिर कलम कर दिया, तो एक एक युवा तैयार था उस आगे बढ़ने के लिए और पाकिस्तान से 2-2 हाथ करने के लिए। यह है क्या? यह है रक्षा शक्ति। इसलिए भारतीय होने के नाते अभी तक मैंने जो बात की ज्ञान शक्ति, रक्षा शक्ति, अब आगे चलती हूँ ऊर्जा शक्ति। भारत अब उन्नति के दौर पे चल रहा है, अब वो विकास कर रहा है, क्योंकि जब विकास पुरुष के आने के साथ साथ देश में ऐसा माहौल बन गया है कि हम विकास करेंगे। आज हमने जैसे गुजरात में 24 घंटे बिजली दी है, वैसे पूरे देश में हर गांव में 24 घंटे बिजली मिले उसकी तैयारी कर रहे हैं। ऊर्जा शक्ति से आगे बढ़ती हूँ और वह है जो है लोक शक्ति। इतना बड़ा रिवॉल्यूशन जो भारत में आया, इतना बड़ा जो रिवॉल्यूशन भारत में आया, उसका कारण था संगठन। ऐसा कहा है कि कलयुग में संगठन तभी आगे होगा जब वह एक साथ होगा। संगे शक्ति कलयुगे, जब लोग साथ होंगे तभी आगे बढ़ेंगे। तो मैं आपसे ये कहूँगी इस मंच के माध्यम से कि इस मंच से जो विषय है मेरा युवा और राजनीति, पर उससे भी बड़ा विषय यह है कि आज जब हम हिंदू सब यहाँ इकट्ठे हुए हैं तो आइए हम एक हो जाएं, आइए हम एक दूसरे का सोचें, आइए हम संगठित हो जाएं। बहुत सारी अगर लकड़ियाँ आपने इकट्ठी करी हैं और अगर उसको एक साथ तोड़ेंगे तो टूटेगी नहीं, और यहाँ एक व्यक्ति को तोड़ना होगा तो वो आसानी से टूटेगा। आज जब मैं बाकी सारे कॉन्फ्रेंसेस के बारे में सुन रही थी, पूरे विश्व में जो हिंदू हम लोगों के साथ क्या क्या हो रहा है उनके बारे में सुन रही थी, तब मुझे यही लगा कि आज इतने बड़े मंच पे जब हम इकट्ठे हुए हैं, जब हम सफलता की बात करते हैं तो सफलता तभी मिलती है जब हम संगठित होंगे। इसी विषय को आगे बढ़ाते हुए अभी तक मैंने बात करी व्यक्तित्व विकास से राष्ट्र निर्माण की। अब मेरे दूसरे विषय पे जो इसी का कंटिन्यूएशन है और वह है उड़ान। देखिए, देश जो करवट ले रहा है, जो विकास ले रहा है, उसमें भारत की, क्योंकि यहाँ 2 लेडीज़ 3 बैठी हैं तो मैं उनको नहीं भूलूंगी, भारत की हर लड़की उड़ान चाहती है, भारत की हर लड़की आगे बढ़ना चाहती है। मुझे लगता है उनको बस आपको एक कह सकते हैं, हिंदू संस्कृति में तो महिलाओं को एक ऐसा आदर दिया गया है कि अगर आप ध्यान दें तो अगर मंदिर जाना है किसी भगवान के तो आप पैदल चल के जा सकते हैं, पर अगर किसी देवी के मंदिर में आपको जाना है तो आपको चढ़ाई चढ़नी पड़ेगी। अगर आपको वैष्णो देवी जाना है तो पहाड़ चढ़ना ही होगा, पावागढ़ जाना है तो पहाड़ चढ़ना ही होगा। इसलिए जब तक हम देश में महिलाओं को आगे नहीं बढ़ाएंगे तब तक वो देश आगे नहीं बढ़ सकता। और जब मैं उड़ान की बात करती हूँ तो भारत का हर युवा और हर व्यक्ति, हर नागरिक उस बच्चे का ध्यान कैसे रखता है, उसे सफलता की उड़ान देकर। अगर बच्चियों की बात करूं तो माँ के गर्भ में पलती आशा की उड़ान। माँ के गर्भ में एक आशा पल रही है और वह कह रही है कि तू मुझे आने दे माँ, तेरे जो जो सपने हैं उसको मैं पूरा करूंगी। तूने कुछ तो सोचा होगा, तेरे मन में कुछ तो ठाना होगा, तो कुछ तो बनना चाहती होगी, उन हर सपने को मैं पूरा करूंगी। और जब माँ और पुत्री का संवाद चल रहा था, क्योंकि वो कोख में थी, तभी एक पिता की आवाज आती है कि इसे गिरा दें। भारत में, और मैं कह सकती हूँ कि जहाँ जहाँ भी ऐसी सोच भी अगर किसी घर में आती है कि हम पुत्रियों को जन्म न दें, तो हमारा ये दायित्व बन जाता है, एक राजनीतिक व्यक्ति के रूप में नहीं, एक आम आदमी के रूप में, एक नागरिक के रूप में, कि हम उस जीव को आने दें, उसे एक उड़ान भरने दें। इसलिए मैं आगे बात करती हूँ आंगन में खेलती तुलसी की उड़ान। छोटी छोटी बच्चियाँ जिनको कहते हैं कि तुम्हें पढ़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, तुम बस, देहातों में अगर आप देखेंगे तो उनकी पढ़ाई छुड़ा दी जाती है। मैं चाहती हूँ कि हिंदू और खासकर युवा, और खासकर अगर वो राजनीति में हो, तो उंगली पकड़ के हम उसको आगे लेके जाएं और उसको पढ़ाएं, क्योंकि अगर एक लड़की पढ़ती है तो पूरा परिवार पढ़ता है। और अगर आप ध्यान दें तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार जहाँ जहाँ भी है, कन्या केळवणी नाम के पूरे प्रोजेक्ट के अंतर्गत हम हर बच्ची स्कूल जाए उसका ध्यान रखते हैं। अब अगली बात करती हूँ कॉलेज जाती आकांक्षा की उड़ान। पूरे भारत में जहाँ जहाँ भी लड़कियाँ कॉलेज जाती हैं वहाँ उनको साइकिलें मिले, उनकी पढ़ाई फ्री हो, इसका ध्यान हमने रखा है। यह है हिंदू जो हर व्यक्ति का ध्यान रखे। सप्तपदी लेती अभिलाषा की उड़ान। लड़की शादी करके जाती है, आगे बढ़ती है। क्या हमने उसे उड़ान दी कि हमने उसको शादी करके, उसका कन्यादान करके उसको छोड़ दिया? हमने इस बात का ध्यान दिया कि वह शादी से पहले क्या काम करती थी और बाद में वही काम करके अपने आप को आगे बढ़ा रही है, नहीं बढ़ा रही? यह सब हमारी मोरल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, हमें उसका ध्यान रखना है। इसलिए जो बच्ची सप्तपदी लेती है उसकी पहले की और बाद की जिंदगी भी सुखमय हो, इसका ध्यान हमें रखना है। और उसी उड़ान में जो अंतिम उड़ान उसकी होती है, और वह है सांझ के संतोष में संतोष की उड़ान। और जो कि आप सब अलग अलग देशों से भी यहाँ आए हुए हैं, सबसे बड़ी उड़ान होती है उसी संतोष की। घर में जो बूढ़ी महिला होती है, न करे नारायण उसके पति अगर चल बसे हों तो वो बहुत अकेली हो जाती है। उसे जिंदगी का संतोष तो होता है, पर ऐसे हाथ फैलाना पड़ता है अपने बेटे के सामने कि कुछ पैसा दे दे। एक हिंदू होने के नाते और एक युवा राजनीतिक होने के कारण मैं ये कहूँगी कि वह महिला जो घर में है, जो बूढ़ी हो गई है, उस संतोष में है, उसे हमें उंगली पकड़ के आगे ले जाना है और कहना है कि भरिए उड़ान आप। तो यह उड़ान है उस देश की जहाँ भारत है और जहाँ हिंदू हैं। अभी तक मैंने बात करी शब्दों की, संस्कारों की, आगे बात करी उड़ान की। अब अपने पूरे वक्तव्य को अंतिम चरण में लाते हुए, देखिए ये मंच के माध्यम से मुझे आप सबसे बात करने का जो मौका मिला, ये अपने आप में बड़ा है। पर मैं ये ज़रूर कहूँगी कि कोई भी चीज़ अनायास नहीं होती। यहाँ कुछ लोग जो आए हैं वो बांग्लादेश से बैठे हैं, कुछ बाकी सब जो, क्योंकि उनसे मेरा परिचय हो चुका है, कुछ अमेरिका से हैं, कुछ यूएस से हैं। मैं आपसे इतना अनुरोध करूँगी कि युवाओं को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए सबसे पहले हमें अपने घर से शुरुआत करनी पड़ेगी। क्या हम घर में वो संस्कार दे रहे हैं कि बच्चा देश के लिए काम करे? और अगर वो देश के लिए काम कर रहा है तो हम ये तो नहीं कर रहे कि पहले तू अपने बाकी सारी चीज़ों को देखना, देश को बाद में देखना। तो शुरुआत होगी परिवार से। जब हम परिवार से शुरू करेंगे तब समाज में आएगा, तब वो आगे बढ़ेगा। जब समाज में आएगा तो वो गांव में आएगा, जब वो गांव में आएगा तो वो देश में आएगा, और जब वो देश के लिए काम करेगा तो वो विश्व को कर पाएगा। और तभी हम कह पाएंगे कि वसुदेव कुटुंबकम। एक हिंदू होने के नाते जब तक वो वसुदेव कुटुंबकम की भावना अंदर नहीं आएगी तब तक हम कोई काम नहीं कर पाएंगे। आज मेरे विषय में ये सारी चीज़ों को मैंने कोशिश करी उसको इकट्ठा करने के लिए। पर हाँ, सफलता तभी मिलती है जब संघर्ष आता है, और संघर्ष तभी आती है जब सोच आती है। तो अगर आपके घर में किसी भी युवा को अगर छोटी सी सोच है कि मैं राजनीति में जाना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि मैं आपसे कहूँ, मेरे परिवार में मेरे माता पिता डॉक्टर हैं, मेरा बड़ा भाई यहाँ बैठा है। जिस दिन मैंने कहा मुझे राजनीति में जाना है, किसी ने मना नहीं किया। इसलिए आपके घर में भी अगर कोई बच्चा है या आसपास से अगर वो ये कहता है कि मैं देश के लिए काम करना चाहता हूँ, तो उसको उंगली पकड़ के उसको उड़ान भरने दीजिएगा। इसी विषय के साथ हाँ, yes, yeah, for them who had not heard me in the Hindi now, yeah, sure, now exclusively the second part is in English, so that 2-3 people who are like, I can see around that they are not understanding. Yeah, 5, no problem, sir. Let me introduce myself first. Myself, I am Dr. Dhwani Sharma. Dhwani means sound. It's a hymn of prayer, music of valley, speech with poise, and command of cadet. I am here with my topic, youth and politics. First of all, I would like to describe that what youth is. I think youth is the best part of anyone's life. We can consider that the 18 to 35 is youth or 18 to 40 is youth, but I can say youth, what exactly it is. Whomsoever from inside he is feel youthful, he is youth. So I welcome all of you to this lecture. The topic is youth and politics. What exactly the politics is? I find it politics is to work for nation, to work for the betterment of society, for the betterment of nation. So how it can be possible? It can be possible only by one thing. That is in Hindi, which I had already mentioned, Vyaktitva Vikas se Rashtra Nirman. From the personality development, only the nation building can be happen. How it can be done? So number one, that is speech. How the leader is speaking is most important. In Hindu, in our culture, we say Shabda Brahma hai. We say words are so powerful that they are considered as a god. I had just quoted one incident that a student, he just have a thought, I would like to be the most successful person. So what he just went to a saint and said, I want to be the best man. I want to be the Mahan. Saint said, okay, you want to be Mahan? You just do one thing. I have some bag, you just put it in a crossroad and just went off. What he had done, he had taken that bag to the crossroad, and the feathers which are inside the bag, he just flew away. The Swamiji said, okay, do one thing. Whatever the feathers which are here and there in the air, just take them all and get back to in the bag. Swamiji said, beta, as you cannot take that feather from the air and get back to the bag, that is what exactly the word is. Once it is spoken, it cannot be taken back. So for a good leader, it's most important to have better words. Second thing, what the leader have to be taken care of. The second thing is a sanskar. I had mentioned a small story that how we have to respect our elders. That every small person who is having elder around, he should take care of himself. I had already quoted my stories earlier, but in the second sector, what I am doing in my life, I would like to quote it up. I have one institution called Perfect 10. We are working in Madhya Gujarat. It's in Anand. What we do, we work in the rural area. Till now, we had done a super makeover of 5,000 people. And those 5,000 people have a specialty with Sri Abdul Kalam ji. What we are doing there, we are making leaders. From the village, we take them and we say, just come up. Come up and work for the nation. And those 5,000 are my power. That is what exactly we do. We tell them the sanskar. We tell them what they have to do for the nation. And together we can make the power. So this is what exactly I wanted to tell you, because it's all, it's a combination of Hindi, English and also. But pleasure is all mine meeting all of you. Any question, I can accept it. Any question regarding youth, regarding leadership, it's all welcome. Please. Okay. First of all, as far as the mentoring is concerned, let me give my example first. I was doing BSc, and during BSc, I was enrolled with National Cadet Corps, that is a NCC. There was an international camp in Kashmir where we have to represent our cadre. So there I had given one speech about how unite Gujarat is. Because same time the Gujarat is on revolutionary phase. So during that somehow Sri Narendra Modi ji had seen that exactly the speech, and a call from his office that this girl should be taken care of and she should join BJP. So that was my revolutionary turn, because I was into academics. Then during MSc and PhD, I enrolled myself as BJP Youth Wing member. I started my work as a Jilla, that is called district, as a district secretary of Youth Wing. During my tenure of district secretary, I got a mentoring from my president. He used to take care in the sense that I should travel all over my villages. That is, in Anand district, we are having 33 different segments, and we have to travel all along and make new membership. And this is what exactly the time where new membership have to be taken care of. After district secretary, I worked in a state. And during state, our Sangathan Mahamantri had mentored us that how to work. We have different courses, in the sense that what Bharatiya Janata Party, Samvidhan, Constitution is, we have to learn that. And after that, after learning all this and with all experience, now this is my 8th year in politics, and now I'm as a national secretary. We are got mentoring in the sense of term. My president, Sri Anurag Thakur, he makes us to visit different places where the polls are to be happen. For example, recently during the Maharashtra election, we were given 2 Vidhan Sabha seats, myself given Malad and Sayan Koliwada. And through that, we got an experience of election. We got an experience of what the Constitution said. We got an experience of traveling. We got an experience of the travel itself, an experience. So that is what exactly the mentoring is. But yes, I want to tell that in this field, especially in the mentoring stuff, party is taken care of every small things, in the sense of that you should learn properly how to reach forward. This is what exactly the mentoring is to be taken care of.
Srinivas.
Yeah, anyone.
Can I?
Oh, please, sorry.
Srinivas Kumar, founder of Universal Consciousness Trust. Well, I'll tell you a certain life story that is concerning all of us. The day when the child is born out of the womb of the mother, fortunately or unfortunately, the inefficiency of life has commenced. From there on, the child grows in levels of inefficiency and to become a bundle, depending on what kind of an inefficiency an individual can gather, onto the youth, onto old age, and to the ripe end. Now here, a certain basic care is to be taken, maybe at the natal level, within the womb, and even at the prenatal level,
Right.
when the couple decide to make a baby. And preparation has to start from there itself.
True.
The good soul, the Holy Spirit is anyway coming uncontaminated. But the contamination happens the moment the child evolves onto this earth. Now my question is, you are a youth wing leader, and we have done a lot of study and research in this aspect. What exactly are you meaning to do with the youth power, which is an unusual power which you yourself might not have imagined? And with the emanation of that kind of a youth power, umpteen number of things can be done within no time to make India the superpower of this world.
Right, sir.
And what precisely is being attempted with the kind of opportunity that you have got, and how well you can steer forward, and you yourself could one day become a world leader. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Sir, what exactly you are saying, I would like to put one by one. As you had rightly said, that when the child is in mother's womb, that should be taken care of. The dharma we belong, all of us, that is Hindu dharma. In our dharma itself, it is said garbha sanskar. When we pray that a life should come, the way it is to be taken care of. The second thing, as you are right per se, like youth is a power. Yes, for sure. The only thing, the direction should be given off. If positive direction is given, miracles can happen. Miracles in the sense, this time you can see the Lok Sabha election of India. This is what exactly the miracle had happened. Youth had come up in the way that yes, we want a full majority, we want nation's voice, and it's not, I'm not exaggerating, but I can say that now the world is seeing what India is. This is what exactly the youth, the power can do. And especially, I want to quote there that now the India, everyone is looking to us because India is the most youthful country by next some years. I can say that 65% of the total population is below 40, I think. So that is the most best thing where we can give the direction. Yes, as far as the negative thing is concerned, we had already seen. If the youth had given the negative source of energy, how the ISIS can be happen. So what our responsibility, what my responsibility, what my party's responsibility is, to give the right platform, to give the right direction, and to make them united so that that country and our country can make a revolutionary changes. In future, what we are doing, two policies are already taken care of. Number one is Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. During that, like this Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, every youth and every citizen of India will be having a bank account. Apart from that, he will be getting an insurance of 1 lakh rupees so that he will be, somehow economically stable. In the sense, he feels that if something can happen to me, there is something is there. So he's stable. Number second, yesterday only, the Ministry of Education had decided that every youth should get a proper education. And how it can be happen, that is, online education is available free of cost to everyone. So that is a revolutionary change. One is economical stability. Second is what he can learn by doing job. So somehow we are making one by one changes during our party leadership, and we are making it forward.
मैं फिजी से हूँ, मैं हिंदी में बोलूँगी, बहुत समय नहीं लूँगी.
Sir.
जा रहा है?
Huh?
Okay, I want to speak in Hindi. It's a Hindu forum. And also like
Sir, let her speak, please. Yeah, please.
मैं ये नहीं जानती हूँ, मेरे ख्याल से ये 25 या 24 स्टेट्स हैं. भारत में कितनी स्टेट्स हैं?
29.
29 states. Okay, I am talking in respect to Fiji also. I really don't know whether you have got a youth parliament in
Yeah,
India.
We do. We have
There
a
is
structure.
any youth parliament?
Yeah, we have a party structure. In
No,
which
no. I'm talking about the youth parliament.
No, exactly
They're
no.
sitting on that. Okay, in relation to Fiji, we have a youth parliament to raise concerns of youths. Parliamentarians तो vote होने के बाद संसद में चले जाते हैं. काफी समय तक वो साथ अपने राज्यों में भी नहीं जाते होंगे. This is all over the world. That is the situation. इलेक्शन के बाद कम मानते हैं क्योंकि उनको बहुत काम पड़ता है. वो राज्यों को देखते हैं, पूरे देश को देखते हैं. इतना समय नहीं रहता है वन टू वन जाने के लिए. हमारे फिजी में क्या है कि अलग अलग प्रांतों में युवा एक प्रतिनिधि होता है, चूज करते हैं, उनकी बैठक होती है. एंड दे मेक रेजोल्यूशंस. क्योंकि हम लोग सोचते हैं फिजी में लाइक जब बच्चा होता है इतना से इतना, माता पिता उनकी समस्याओं का समाधान कर लेते हैं. दे आर पेरेंट्स हु सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ दोज किड्स. बट एज सून एज दे आर यूथ्स, माता पिता का ध्यान उनके अपने बच्चे और बच्चों पर जाता है. तो यूथ्स आर लेफ्ट बिहाइंड. वो हम सोचते हैं कि ये बड़ा हो गया, ये खाना पाना खा लेता, अपने आप से चड्डी पहन लेता है और स्कूल भी जा सकता है, उसको ट्रैफिक क्रॉसिंग भी आती, सब कुछ आता है. तो माता पिता के ध्यान युवा लोगों को कम जाता है क्योंकि दे आर इंडिपेंडेंट. ठीक, उनकी स्वास्थ्य समस्या नहीं रहती है, उनके सोशल समस्याएं सबसे ज़्यादा रहती हैं, इसलिए आत्महत्या सही बढ़ती है. और उनकी पढ़ाई की समस्या, नौकरी नहीं मिलनी चाहिए, ये सारी चीज़ें इस यूथ्स वाले सेक्शन में, वर्ग में आते हैं. छोटा बच्चा संभाल लिया माता पिता ने, वर्ग में यूथ्स का प्रॉब्लम्स है. फिर जब वो उम्र ढलती है तो स्वास्थ्य की समस्या आती है, तो उनका केयर गवर्नमेंट लेता है. ठीक, लेकिन यूथ वाला वर्ग में सबसे बड़ी समस्या है. इसलिए वी हैव अ यूथ पार्लियामेंट, ताकि यूथ को ही पता चले. जैसे महात्मा गांधी ने कहा, टू नो द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ अ पुअर मैन यू हैव टू बी पुअर. एक यूथ की समस्या का समाधान या समस्या का एहसास सिर्फ एक यूथ ही कर सकता है. तो इसीलिए हमारे वहाँ यूथ पार्लियामेंट है. बैठक होती है. अभी यूथ पार्लियामेंट का हम लोग कुछ रेजोल्यूशंस तैयार कर रहे हैं. यहाँ से जाने के बाद एक बैठक होगी ताकि एक प्रांत का एक युवा आएगा. पीपल चूज हु कैन रियली स्पीक, हु नोज हाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड यूथ प्रॉब्लम्स. फिर वहाँ से तो एक बैठक होती है, चाहे 3 महीने में एक बार या 6 महीने में एक बार. तो रेजोल्यूशंस पास होते हैं अपने अपने इलाके में, युवा पीढ़ियों की क्या समस्याएं हैं, एंड दे टेक इट टू. They have parliament from the parliamentarians from the same village, same state, whatever. What they do through that, or they might give the petition to their own representative from their own areas, or they directly give it to the government. तो मेरे ख्याल से हम चाहते हैं विश्व हिंदू कांग्रेस जगह जगह पे भारत के 29 स्टेट्स में युवा पीढ़ियों को खड़ा करें, जो एक यूथ पार्लियामेंट तैयार करें भारत में, और युवा की समस्याओं पर 3 महीने पर एक बैठक हो, यूथ बैठक हो, और वो अपने.
Ma'am, your suggestion is very nice.
Thank
What she is saying that this forum, our forum, should have an youth parliament concept, so that there is a cluster of groups, so that we can work on the youth policy. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your suggestion. Thank you. Yes, questions more. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am, your words are to be taken care of. Thank you. Yes.
Dhwani ji.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, your words have been very inspiring.
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Pleasure.
See, basically, what I wanted to talk about is your point on Sanskriti.
Yes.
Yeah. The thing is that we have, Indian children are losing that. At my home, I'm teaching my kids. They're also involved in politics and the talks what we have. In fact, they give me a lot of points also. But I'm talking about a larger, section of children. They really don't know the values, and even in India, basically. I've come from Dubai. And what I was trying to say is that why don't we imbibe it back into education so that, it can spread through the children. Like before British, we used to have Shiksha and Vidya. Shiksha was science, maths, metaphysics, geography. Vidya was actually teaching not to say lies or, respect elders. This we have lost.
Yes,
This we
ma'am.
need to imbibe in the education system so that more children are brought up in that way.
Ma'am, your point is very correct, and I would like to quote here, and you will feel good also about this, that our now as our government BJP is there, the Minister of Education, Sri Smriti Irani ji, she had already taken care of that Sanskrit will be the one of the third language the school can be taken. And the second thing, in the next couple of months, we are forwarding it, that the Sanskar, what exactly you are saying, it will be in every school, like in earlier days, the Gurukul Parampara. Similarly, the same concept is on paper. Now we are going to implement it, that every school is getting the personality development, Vyaktitva Vikas, as the Hinduism like, in a compulsory course. Thank you, ma'am. Namaste.
It is related to Vijayavayam.
Yes,
For example, you are telling the encouraging the youth politics.
yes.
Some areas of India regarding West Bengal, Assam, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, these all the parts, BJVM is very strong. The youth is in the BJP as well as in the RSS, and everybody is too many people is there. But in the electoral politics, there is nowhere in the BJP or anywhere in these states. So how you are planning to overcome as a youth movement, how you are going to overcome this electoral politics
Yes.
to beat that electoral, especially for these regions, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Assam, West Bengal, these
Okay.
regions, because a lot of Lok Sabha seats and assembly seats is there. So your youth movement,
Yes.
how you are going to encourage them and to do the electoral politics victory?
Okay. As he said, 4 states, that is exclusively Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and West Bengal and Assam. So what we are doing right now, we had make a group of people, especially in our, for example, our one of the general secretary of the main team, he had given an appointment so that the electoral politics, all the youth wing, padadikaris, they can come forward, they can fight election, and as they won the election, they can come into the main thing. So yes, as per se your thoughts, we are already implementing it, and by the next election, you can see the change, what exactly it is to be happen. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi.
Madam, I'm Dr. Nishant Khare.
Hi, Khareji.
I work with the youth wing of RSS in Indore and surrounding region.
Okay.
Exclusively with the youth wing. I'm the Palak of the RSS in that region.
Okay.
Because the topic was encouraging youth in politics, training and mentoring. We need to have a training and mentoring model.
Yes.
If for the convenience sake, I would replace the word politics with leadership. How do we inculcate leadership
Yes.
values into the youth? So I'm just suggesting a model, and I think if some people have some more suggestions regarding such training model, that should come up, because that is probably the purpose of the discussion. Like we start them from the शाखा level. वो शाखा प्रमुख बनते हैं, फिर नगर प्रमुख बनते हैं, फिर जिला प्रमुख बनते हैं, फिर महानगर प्रमुख बनते हैं, प्रांत के लेवल तक पहुंचते हैं. So the students from very poor families, from very rich families, irrespective of where they come from, they are picked up, they are brought into shakhas. In shakhas they are taught everything. अभी वो कंबल बांटेंगे क्योंकि ठंड आ गई and everything, and from that is from there a habit of indulging into social activities is started. I think probably that is the only way of training youth to develop leadership skills, and if they want, they can join politics. For example, we did a Path Sanchalan. Path Sanchalan
Yeah,
is
yeah,
where
I
we
know.
walk in the
Yeah,
garbage. It was a 5,600 ka Path Sanchalan only of the Vidyarthis in Indore this year, and it will be, and we are having a 26,000 gathering. We are planning a 26,000 gathering on 1st of February, जिनको कि इकट्ठा यही लोग करेंगे जो शाखा से आए हैं. इनके लिए गाड़ियाँ नहीं जाएंगी, इनके लिए कुछ नहीं जाएगा. तो जब ये ऐसे किसी मॉडल से बढ़ते हैं तो पॉलिटिक्स या किसी भी जगह लीडरशिप रोल ले सकते हैं. तो ऐसा कोई ट्रेनिंग मॉडल कुछ है तो ध्यान में आना चाहिए.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. What exactly he's saying, that a training models should be there. But I would like to quote here that as he is representing RSS, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, and I want to mention from this platform that the real change, what we had find in India, that is just because of RSS. because that is the real base of our win. That is the real base of our victory. I cannot name how many Karyakartas was involved. It may be like before my birth also they are trying to, working hard and hard and hard. But yes, as he had quoted, that as Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh is giving a training from the primary level to the highest level, similarly, Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad, the wings, different wings, they are taking care for the training session. Apart from this, yes, Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha, from which I belongs, we do lot of training session, but not exactly till the primary stuff. We do the grown-up people. Yes. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, we do. We have a special cell that is called training cell. During that training cell, we make them learn number one, Ekatma Manavad. That what exactly the constitution of Bharatiya Janata Party says. Second, overall leadership. Number third, electoral politics. Like we do 3 days training program in all the cells, like main Bharatiya Janata Party, every wings also, and it is compulsory to do it in couple of year once at least. Yes, we do. But if any suggestion, if you can put into it, I'm sure going to move forward with the training cell. Thank you so much. So, yes, please. Yes.
Thank you. During your speech, you had raised a question that people don't want a girl child and they want to do abortion and all that kind of things.
So,
I would like to mention one thing in this connection. It is not that people don't want a girl child. A daughter is much more lovable than a son.
so,
I'm sure the daughter takes more care of their parents than the son. The only problem is the dowry system.
true, sir.
The parents are worried that where will they get the dowry to get her married. We have an anti-dowry law, of course, there in India, but it's not being implemented. The law is there only on paper. If the anti-dowry law is properly implemented and people are made conscious that they should not ask for dowry, then the girl child, then that problem will be over automatically. People would like to have love to have a girl child.
Very true, sir.
Now, next question is now a new concept has come up, honor killing, which was not long time before. Why should there be any restriction that the boy and girl must marry in the same caste? There's no good reason. If they want to marry somewhere else, they love each other, that's good enough. But the honor killing is going ahead every day this is increasing. So the government must do something about it to stop this kind of thing. And again, this means education. The people must know that this is a wrong thing. They shouldn't interfere in this kind of things. Now, thirdly, the old homes
So,
are blot on India's culture. Why should there be old homes? Should the boys not take care of their parents when they become old and send them out to old homes? Is this Indian culture? It's a Western culture which has been imported. But then no action is being taken by way of education or in any other forum to stop this kind of practice. We should demolish all old homes. And children must be forced. They have to take care of their parents. What can be done about it? The Bharatiya Janata Party should think about it. What can be done? Now next thing I come to politics. Well, with youth should join politics, of course. But politics has become so dirty today that parents are even afraid that if this fellow goes and joins politics, what sort of man he will be. Today you find in politics, the MPs are criminal. Many MPs have got criminal cases against them. Even ministers have got criminal cases against them. So, is this kind of thing that we want? The criminals should enter politics. And if they do enter, what good they will do to the society? Next question is, they go to the become member of parliament, minister, to enjoy the privileges. Recently I've been reading news items that MPs want airlines to provide them the seats, front seats. And some MPs have gone to the extent of saying, if you've already booked, some passenger has already booked this seat, remove him, put me there. They want Air India to provide aircrafts which has got business class seats. No, we must travel business class. Why should we travel in economic class? There's no seats, what can you do? No, especially must be provided. This kind of attitude makes it very unfortunate thing that in politics. One case I read, I think it happened in Pakistan. A minister was to board a plane and he was delayed and he asked the plane to wait for him. Naturally, if a minister wants, the plane will wait for him. But the passengers got very angry. They said, what is this nonsense? We are waiting for 2 hours for a minister to come. Let him come in time. If he doesn't come in time, let him take the next plane. But when the minister came, he entered the plane, the passenger threw him out. They did not allow him to travel. Then the minister got a lesson. Next time he won't do it.
Right, sir.
What's happening in India? These kind of things continue to happen. White House minister, even MPs do these kind of things. Should we encourage it? Should it be acceptable in the society? They are public servants. They are not public masters. If they get elected, they are elected like a public servant. But do they behave like that? So people are afraid to let their young ones to go into politics. They say if he goes to politics, God knows where will he be. So we have to correct these things first.
Right,
when we want the youth to come into politics, clean the politics. Everybody is talking of black money and bribe. What's happening? It is the politicians who start it. Where will the Modi ji be able to erect black money? How can he do it? When politicians are all after it. You can't get a job done without offering a bribe. And without that, you need the black money for that. So you have to go to the basic problems. Then you have to eradicate the wrong practices. I think some of these suggestions the new government should now take note of.
Yes, sir.
And deal with the basic problem. Go to the root of the problem. Only superficial talking of black money will not help.
Right, sir. As you said that, yes, all the 4 sectors what you had covered, sir. Number 1 is girl child, birth of girl child. Second is dowry. Third is, you said politics. And the way the old age home and the public representatives have to perform and, to deal with. So number 1, if I can compile all 5 together, it deals with ego. Everything deals with ego. So what exactly we can do? Number 1, yes, as soon as the girl child birth is to be taken place, the fathers think, oh my God, how can I make her marry? What I can do for her? So that is exactly, of course, the government have to be take care. But apart from that, what revolution we can change in our society? Why don't we decide from ourselves that we will not take dowry? We will never take dowry, never ever. So that is the first revolution, so that we can help it around. So yes, through this forum, we can have a paper also. In at least our religion, that in Hindu religion, we will not take dowry. So that every Hindu should feel that no, my daughter is special. I am not making her to die off. Ma'am, just a minute. Let me answer. Please wait. Number 2, that is what we old age home. So yes, you are very right. We are going in a wrong path. Why we are going wrong path? Because nowadays we are finding our parents as a burden. We just forget that how they had how much struggle they had gone through to make us to this place. Yes, as an Hindu youth, we have to have a drive, and I just want to give my personal experience, sir. In our place, Anand, we are having maximum NRI. Anand is a place where we have 2-3 villages which are already adopted by NRI people of Gujarat. Sir, there a company had started a luxurious old age home. I want to quote it here that myself and my team, we had protested for 7 days in front of them and they had shut it down and just ran off. This is what exactly we had initiated, and similarly, I will try my level best that Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha will take care of that no child will take their parents to old age home, that we are taking by the next team. Third thing, yeah. What they do, they just make them to, yes, we are sure going to do that. That is, we are sure going to do that. We will be closing as is, we try our level best. And the last but not least about the politics. Sir, it is a general a perception that politics is bad, that it is not good. But as I am in the system, I would like to tell you, and especially in English only, so that everyone can understand this. So this is actually created by some of the people to create a rumor. मैं अगर आपसे कहूँगी, for example, if I say, कि sir, please don't go in this room. There is a ghost. Don't go. I think no one from here, from the room, will go in this room. Because everyone is what? Scared. Yeah, you are really dabanga. No, but this is general per se, sir. This is general per se that politics में लोग बोलते हैं अच्छा नहीं है, नहीं जाओ. वहाँ खराब है, चीज़ें गलत होती हैं, कोई भी मत जाओ. आदमियों को कहते हैं कि आपको स्ट्रगल आएगा, लेग पुलिंग होगी. महिलाओं को बोलते हैं तुम तो छोड़ो ही सही उसे, वो तुम्हारा काम नहीं है. पर मैं आपको I want to make it sure, sir, that this is my 8th year in active politics, and from my I had started my politics from the grassroots level. I had started from my place Anand till Delhi. I would like to quote it, give my friends and whomsoever I am working with, we are having like any other corporate sector, like these people are working, the similar manner we are working, and there is absolutely good thing, especially this. These are the 3 points I would like to quote, and bas I will take care of your old age home wala idea for sure. Yes. Yes. Sir, I would like to quote it. No. I would like to quote, sir, Bharatiya Janata, after this election, we are having a, now we are government, in a government, all the luxury, this is actually, I want to tell you, all the luxury from the MPs are taken off. Everyone have to work like a public representative only, and we are trying our level best that personally also, and member of parliament should take care that he should be behave like a common man only. So this is exactly what I think that this is actually depend on personal basis, sir. I know, I'm really sorry from this side. Sir. So what I can say, now as the leadership is to be taken care of by Shri Narendra Modi, he will take care of everyone. Sir, next.
मैं ये बताना चाहूँगी कि भारतवर्ष से ही भारतीय लोग फिजी गए. फिजी में डाउरी सिस्टम नहीं है, हालांकि यहीं से लोग गए और सारी व्यवस्थाएं, भारतीय संस्कृति, सभ्यता सभी है. डाउरी सिस्टम क्यों नहीं? मैं ये एक सलूशन बताना चाहूँगी भारत को कि अगर हर माँ बाप अपनी बेटी को उतना सुंदर शिक्षा दे, योग्य बनाए, सब कुछ बनाए, तो जो पुरुष वर्ग है, जो व्यक्ति उनके शादी करने के लिए आएगा, वो स्वयं झुक जाएगा. उनको ये पता है कि इसमें इतनी ज़्यादा शक्ति है, इतना प्रबल है, इनमें इतनी योग्यता है, डाउरी सिस्टम का सवाल ही नहीं उठता. एक माता पिता फक्र से कहेगा मेरी बेटी इतनी है, शादी करना चाहो तो करो, नहीं तो अपने घर का रास्ता नापो, मेरी बेटी में इतनी योग्यता है.
डाउरी के मामले में जला दिया जाता है, अखबार में चलती
यही तो समस्या है कि जब बेटी उतनी स्टैंडर्ड को हो, इतनी एजुकेटेड हो, सब कुछ हो.
Yeah, back to the topic. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Yes, nice.
सेकेंडली अच्छा बुजुर्ग
मैडम अब इनको दीजिए because he is waiting for a long time. I
अच्छा
think.
एक और बुजुर्गों के लिए जो बच्चे अपने माता पिता की जो देखभाल नहीं करते, फिजी में ऐसा रूल है कि एक बेटा अगर कमा रहा है और अपने पेरेंट्स की देखभाल नहीं करता, तो अगर माता पिता जाके सरकार को ये रिपोर्ट करें सोशल वेलफेयर में कि मैं अनाथ हो गया हूँ, मेरा बेटा कमाई कर रहा, तो गवर्नमेंट के कानून के नीचे बेटे की सैलरी से उतना पैसा कट के माता पिता को मिलता है. यहाँ भी ऐसा हो सकता है.
मैम अब या प्लीज.
ये मैं जोड़ना
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Ma'am, your points are good. You just give youth politics. Youth politics. Yes, please. Yes, please.
My name is Surya Narayan.
Yes, 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 ma'am.
I'm-
Ma'am, your points are very good. Yes.
My name is Surya Narayan. I'm an
Yes.
academic. I'm
Sir.
from Chennai.
So,
I can't say that I followed you 100%.
because I
There
was
are
in
Hindi
the.
words which I
Yes,
did
sir.
not know. So
Yes, sir.
that's all right.
Yes, sir.
By no stretch of imagination can I claim to be a youth. But since I am in touch with young minds, both boys and girls, in the classroom situation throughout the year, and in the pervading cynical atmosphere, I teach them that I believe in lighting a candle rather than cursing the darkness. I thought that I will tell you
Yes, sir.
one aspect of from the part of the country I will come from. You have rightly mentioned, and all of us realize the fact that one of the positive assets that we have is that we are a young country, whereas many countries are aging, we are young. And the talents of these young people can be mobilized in the right direction, then we will emerge as a knowledge power,
Right.
and knowledge rules the world within a short time. But the tragic situation in Tamil Nadu, I must say, we are mushrooming of engineering colleges. And some colleges are not worth the name. Many of these colleges take capitation fee. And if you are the employers, many of them are not employable.
Okay.
So one of the things that we should do to ensure in this country is that while education is also a state subject, it is necessary that the center and the state work together and ensure that we have quality educational institution, especially in the professional field,
Sure,
in
sir.
engineering, medical, technology and all those things. Unless that is not done, the youth power will be frittered away.
Right, sir.
How to do this in the context of India where higher education is a concurrent subject, but the state will also have its loud voice to determine all these things, is something to which I am sure the education minister
Yes,
should
we
pay
are.
the right
good.
attention.
Yes.
The second thing is that there was a time when best of brains from the IITs used to migrate to the United States. We used to call it the brain drain. Then Ambassador Abid Hussein was a minister and ambassador in the US. It's better to have it's better to have brain drain rather than brain in the drain. That was happening in India. But now I think if we provide, and if we had to provide opportunities for the qualified personnel, it is necessary that we must do planning in the field of education. Whether you ban the planning commission or have an advisory body and all, it is necessary to link up education with employment and use of the talent. This is an idea.
Thank you, sir. Both of your points are really very good. Number one, as you had mentioned, that quality education. Sir, I would like to quote it here that our government especially is taking care, making a list of the colleges, and especially the professional colleges, which are working properly, in the way it should be work. And we had enlisted 560 colleges till now, all over the India, which is going to get a hard times. Number second, that what you had mentioned, sir, that as far as the professional and especially the IIT, IIMs, the doctor, everyone, brain drain, that is the biggest problem we are facing. But now what I can see, that as world is looking towards India, now I think the youth is already understood that now it's better to stay here and work for the country and work for our nation. This is what exactly I'm getting from the India's youth. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Dhwani, just because I want to make sure that we stick to this topic.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about our experience in the US, and I want to ask you, what we do every year as our organization is we bring about 50 young people over and we put them in US Congress for an internship. So what we do is college students come in, we ask them to spend 3 months for an internship in Capitol Hill. What it does is it gives them some exposure and experience in politics. Some people will come back and join politics. Bobby Jindal, who's a governor, he used to intern. Some people won't, but it also helps them in their admission process for colleges, postgraduate, etc. In US, we have a Kennedy School of Government. Does India have any school or university that teaches politics? Because politics is here practiced.
Yes, we have.
Pardon, you do.
Yes.
Because politics here, the perception is you kind of have to be from a family of politicians. If you are Gandhi family, this family, that family, what is the process? I mean, you are
Sure.
obviously a very dynamic person who is kind of reached out because your parents are not in politics, which is generally not the case. So I wanted to ask
Yeah.
you that.
The good way sir had given a good question. I would like to answer that. As far as the training and the college is concerned, in Pune we have one college which is exclusively taking politics as a subject. It is 2 years course. 1 year that is official that course is, and 1 year is an internship. It's an MIT Pune course, exclusive in politics. It is to be run by Dr. T.N. Session, who was the election commissioner earlier. So that is one college. Second part, sir, as far as the dissertation and internship is concerned, Gujarat government is taking every year 25 students. Yes, which they are to be taken that every one candidate or 2 candidates are to be given a portfolio with the ministers, like with the they are attached with the cabinet ministers or the MOS, so that they can have a training that how system can be carried forward. But I would like to quote with my completing my answer that recently a girl called Nidhi Kamdar, she was a student of engineering, sir. She had already worked with Sri Devendra Fadnavis, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and recently, yesterday by 8 p.m. only, she had given a post of OSD. The first time ever in the Indian history, a young girl of just 25 got an OSD post of a Chief Minister. This is what exactly the training we are going through.
Firstly, may I congratulate you and thank you very much for all the brilliant work you all are doing.
Thank you.
Just following on from the student parliament and the education for the students to be experienced in the political side of things, isn't it critical and is it true that you're actually organizing it so that students are basically, the culture and the ethos is about what is best for the country as opposed to any political party? So effectively what we're saying is that the future students need to learn the process without being affiliated to any party, and then as they grow and become mature enough, they can then choose whatever party they wish.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
And the next question was obviously in Sri Lanka there's a lot of Hindus and the Tamils who are being persecuted and suffering. It'll be great if the Tamil politicians, I mean Vigneswaran is here, if you all could sort of share your knowledge and put up some process in place so that the youth of the North and East, the Tamil youth, is given the opportunity to be educated in politics. I mean, in the UK we have political courses, but the fact is education is one thing, but the internship and the process is a lot more critical.
So
If that facility can be organized for those guys, that will be very much appreciated. If I may have the permission to touch on a couple of points you mentioned earlier, which is outside these points. You spoke about the dowry, and you're quite right. It's good that the Hindus should make sure that they don't encourage dowry. However, it's also important to make sure that we encourage our daughters to be fully qualified so they're actually independent, and then the dependency doesn't become an issue. As regards the old age people houses, you're quite right, and it's good that we should encourage our youngsters to look after their children. But then the government and the commercial environment has to make sure that the people people, the youngsters, are able to do their work and look after their parents, because the current ethos and the environment is that the youngsters just cannot cope. They have to work hard to look after their family, earn a living, and look after the parents. Not that they don't want to do, but there is a problem. So I think the environment has to be created for that to happen. Lastly, the people like in UK and other places where Indians and Hindu people who are elderly, where the children are unable to look after, it will be great for places like India to have an old age home where they will be cared for properly, as opposed to in foreign countries. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So all of your 3 points. Number one, yes, there is an availability of a training course that is not, biased with any party. For example, Gujarat government, Maharashtra government, and now in our as for central government also in pipeline, we are making it sure that a young students can get a training attached with the ministries and the system, so that they are not biased that no, you have to come into this or that party. Yes, it is there. Number second, what you had mentioned already, that yes, we have to take care of our, the 2 points. Number one, the old age home. As you had said that it should be there so that the people who are living abroad should have a special place for their parents. But sir, I'm sorry to say, because I'm just quoting your opposite statement, but sir, parents don't need home. You know what they need? They need love. So घर चाहे छोटा हो या बड़ा हो, अमेरिका में हो या भारत में हो, गांव में हो या शहर में हो, चाहिए उनको सिर्फ प्यार. तो इसलिए the reason is wherever they are, if they can see the generation next, they are happy, sir. So it's better that there should be no old age home. That is what exactly personally I believe. And what was your third thing? That is, I just switched off. So, today afternoon, I met the chief minister, the chief minister of Sri Lanka, and also the health minister. And the best part is that we had already discussed it, that we should have an exchange program of the students so that they can come to India and we can have a training sessions. That we had already done, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, Dhwani. I mean, we can now really understand why the future of India is bright. The capability of hers. You talked about Nidhi Kamdar. I'm hoping that we hear some news about you because, like I said, to me, what is impressive is she doesn't come from a political family. In fact, it would have been much easier for her to follow her brother's footsteps, but she's chosen it because it's service and it's passion. And I think that's what needs to be applauded. So a real big round of applause for her.
Thank you so much.